I woke up to news that journalists had been arrested today, 4 Black journalists. And now I'm sitting down to make this Films for Fighting Fascism video for this week, and it feels eerily timed. Things like this occur when administrations or regimes don't want the public to actually know what's happening, when they want to control the narrative, which is a big part of what Wag the Dog is about. When I originally put this on the list, we had just blackbagged the president of Venezuela, which what even is going on with that? Like, have we heard about that lately? I don't. And people were talking about that event as a Wag the Dog-like distraction. But here's the thing. I did not even remember that the thing that they were distracting from in that movie was the president, a 15-year-old in the Oval Office. Like, are we living in a simulation? I am so tired, you guys. I know you are too. So let's talk about Wag the Dog. Here's the official description. Shortly before an election, a spin doctor and Hollywood producer join efforts to fabricate a war in order to cover up for a presidential sex scandal. And here is one of the first problems, which is that naming this as a sex scandal does not actually give the full weight to the fictional event that they're describing in this film. This is one of at least 3 instances of being used in this film as a plot point or a joke. And that, I think, late 90s is part of the problem that got us here in the first place. And honestly, the whole thing depressed me because I kept thinking, well, if this president had a cult-like following, he wouldn't have even needed to do this. He would have just been reelected anyway. But this movie is useful because at its core, it thinks about how attention patriotism and the illusion of safety get weaponized to keep bad actors in power. And this movie asks us to really pay attention to how our attention is being manipulated. This movie reminds us, ironically, that art and culture and stories are powerful. It warns against the collapse of news and entertainment industries into each other, which is a warning we did not heed. And it's really worth noting that in the movie, the war is not just entertainment, but is part of a cultural front. There's a song, there's merchandise, there's manufactured activism, which can be tools for community if they are centered on justice, truth, and mutual care. But they can also be weapons to manipulate. This is why critical thinking and media literacy are so important. And this is why we also should care that social media platforms are being gobbled up by the same political actors. Because independent creators are wily, but the algorithm controls what you see. The title of the film is drawn from a joke that pops up on the screen at the beginning of the movie, which is, why does a dog wag its tail? Because the dog is smarter than the tail. If the tail were smarter than the tail would wag the dog. Media literacy and independent reporting allow us to be the dog, which is why those things are under attack right now. Did you watch along this week, or have you seen Wag the Dog? Did anything shock, surprise, or depress you? Let me know in the comments. And stay safe, stay hopeful, stay connected. I'll see you tomorrow.